sure that the First Minister will agree with me that it would be wholly unacceptable for Wales to be dragged out of the European Union against the will of the people of Wales. If he does agree with me on that point, will his government and his party support a clause in legislation requiring a majority in each nation of the UK before a withdrawal from the EU can be triggered?
I think that is worth considering. Can I say that I think I don't think the UK will leave the EU. I think, given the opinion polling we've seen recently, it's unlikely. When people are not sure of something, they tend to stick to the status quo. We've had more referendums in Wales since 1961 than Switzerland, probably, and we have experience of this. If the UK leaves the EU on the basis of English votes, it would trigger a constitutional crisis, the likes of which we haven't seen. I think in Scotland it would lead to demands for another referendum, because in Scotland one of the issues that caused people to vote no was uncertainty over EU membership. If that's removed, then I've no doubt that would be the dynamic in Scotland. Northern Ireland, where EU membership is an exceptionally important part of the peace process. And let's remember, the UK has a large open land border with the Republic of Ireland. It is impossible to count people in and out, because that border has a motorway running across it. Unless you want to build a Berlin Wall around it to keep people out, then the reality is that would become, according to some, the Conservative Party and UKIP, the border between the UK and the EU. So there are much wider dimensions here, and I think it's exceptionally important that the UK remains in the EU. But if English votes take the UK out, that creates immense problems for Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland.
I welcome